Hey y'all, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel. We have started in November, so let's do a plan with me for November 4th through the 10th. Like last week, I don't think this is going to take very long. I have a lot going on. There's a medical situation with somebody in my family, and I'm not going to talk about it right now for two very important reasons. One being that that person is intensely private, and two being that I'll cry. So we're just going to move on. Send me all your good juju. Just send me all your good juju because I could use it right now. I'm going to start by sticking in a couple of stickers if I can find them. Where did I put them? You know, I made headers for myself for November and they're chunky. I mentioned that in the November plan with me. They're all this size. They're all big and chunky and I'm not mad about it. You know, I knew what size they were. I measured. I knew how big they were going to be. And yeah, so you can either week 45 or week 45. Take your pick. If you can see one way or the other. Maybe you should have moved that down just a little bit, but it'll be all right. We'll put our November header in with our brown leaves. A lot of y'all have reached out to say how much you really like the neutral color palette on November. I'm glad you like it. That's a good thing. Now, I've already put in the weather. And it was an accident. So I thought I had a pencil in my hand and I had the pen in my hand and I just started writing the weather. And I was about halfway through before I went, oh, this is permanent. So there you go. It's going to rain a lot. That's the answer to that. It is raining right now. It is looking pretty dark outside. Again, for two reasons. One, because, you know, daylight saving time. We fell back yesterday or overnight. And two, because it's dark and rainy. It's just dark and rainy. It's been dark and raining all day. Autumn rain all day. And then tomorrow we have like a 59% chance of rain. Tuesday we have like 100% chance of rain and our temps are going to drop 20 degrees. And then Wednesday, smaller chance of rain. It says 15%. But a couple of Saturdays ago, we had a 10% chance of rain and it was a torrential downpour for like 4 hours. That's way more than a 10% chance of rain. That's all I'm saying. So I've just gone ahead and put the percentages in here all week because Thursday it'll be in the 60s and we have a 36% chance of rain. Friday we're back up in the 70s. Chances of rain are in the 20% for the rest of the week here. I just thought I would put those in just in case because that 10%er on that one Saturday took me totally by surprise. I didn't think it was going to rain. Nobody thought it was going to rain, and it rained on all of us. So there you go. I have not done a weekly reflection, and odds of me doing a weekly reflection are few and far between at this point. I've tried to do my October monthly ritual, and I can't even get myself to focus on it with the other things that are going on with my family. So I ended up being off on Friday because I had to go be with a family member. Let's just say that I have therapy on Monday and my therapist is going to get an earful. So it's just how it's going to be. It's just how it's going to be. So I am, barring any emergencies, I am working this week. We're going to go ahead and put that in. On Monday, I am in office. There's a bullet journal event at 11. I can probably catch it. I do have somebody that's trying to schedule a meeting on Monday and they tried to put it right smack dab in the middle of my therapy. You know, when you all have Outlook and you go to schedule a meeting and it tells you somebody's not available because that's what Outlook does, it'll pop up red and say, one participant not available, and you can go and look and you can see who that participant is. Why do you still schedule the meeting? Especially since that person's only trying to schedule a meeting with me. It's not like it's me and 10 other people and I'm the only one not available. They just wanted to meet with me. And I'm not available. Pet peeve. We have these tools for a reason. The same individual likes to call me on Microsoft Teams when I'm on like vacation or and it tells you that the person's out of office before you try to send them a message on Microsoft Teams or try to call them. It'll pop up a little red dot and then sometimes a banner saying this person's not here. Same individual tries to call me when I'm out of the office every time. And I'm like, you are not so entitled that you can't check somebody's availability before you try to reach out to them. I'm a little feisty today. Just a little bit feisty, that's all I gotta say. All right, on Tuesday, it's time to pop up and surprise our MVP for the month. And I'm remote, and our MVP does not work on our main campus, our main location. They are here in town, so I'll just meet everybody over there and we'll surprise them, and then I'll come back home. And then I'm back in office on Wednesday. These lines might be even more wobbly. Wednesday is the return of my writing group. I think I put it on my calendar for last week, forgetting that we had skipped that week for Halloween. So that's done. And then I have a special events think tank that afternoon. And again, let's see, we'll stripe that because it's work related. We'll stripe that because it's work related. Stripe that because it's work related. Just kind of gives me an eyeball, because if some important meeting comes around and it's right in the middle of my writing circle, I'm going to move it. And then I've stopped putting my lunches on here because this is 11 to noon. So it'll be my lunch break as well because it's personal time. Ditto for my writing group. It's like 10 to 11:30. So 10:30 to 11:30 will kind of be my lunch hour. It's how I'm working that out personally. And then I actually have let's see, am I in office Thursday? I am in office Thursday. Oh, for office. I have a special events meeting. I have a meeting to go look at a storage location for some stuff I need to store, and they keep moving it. So I keep a stash of company swag for employee appreciation, and I need to store it. Obviously, it's way too much for me to put in my office, which is the size of a closet. And they keep, the space planning people in our very large facility keep moving it. I'm like, is there no possible way you can find me at least a mostly semi-permanent position? They think they have finally found that location. So I'm going to meet with somebody and go look at that space. And then Friday I am remote, and I don't have any meetings that day. It'll probably not stay that way. There's a Friday back here. Is that it? No. Anyway, I haven't done my weeklies I kept saying I'll probably do it on Monday. I haven't done my weekly reflections in forever, and that's part of the reason that I can't focus on my monthly ritual, because I don't know, I'm just a mess, y'all, right now. And then what do I need to focus on for Plan Mess? I have started filming. I've been writing scripts and things for a while, but I've started filming this week, or at least filming. I've got some pre-videos coming up. Later this week is my 2025 planner lineup, so look forward to that. And if you're not subscribed already, subscribe so you don't miss it. And yeah, so there's some pre-videos coming up that are getting prepared for then the barrage of 2025 content. But so we're working on it. Got some things planned and ready to go. I've got some things filmed that I now need to edit. But other than that, that's mostly going okay. So make a note there. And then down here, hopefully I can get out of enough of my freak out. We're just going to call it a freak out, to do some kind of a weekly reflection at the end of this week, because I need it. Or maybe I just do that weekly reflection and focus on work, because it's the only thing within my control right now. So like I said, this is a medical situation. I'm not a doctor. I can't fix it. I just need to react to it and be supportive and all of those sorts of things. Yeah, it doesn't make it any less difficult now, does it, for those of you who've been through those things yourself or with someone that you love. Okay, let's hop back to here's my monthly ritual card, and I started my monthly ritual. I can't get myself to finish it. This is my prompt card telling me what I need to ask myself. I don't know. I just don't know. I left this page for November 1st, and then I ended up being out of the office because I was at the hospital and not in the office at all, and I just haven't put anything in. This is a really neat sort of thing. Don't look too closely. It's a timeline exercise that I did for my writing group. And so from birth, so this is 1975 or 1974 and then 75. And then here's 2025. So we're in 5-year increments. And everything that's in black are really monumental moments in my life. And everything that's in the brown are really monumental moments in the world. So, like, the very first really big world event that I remember with extreme clarity was in 1980 when Mount St. Helens exploded. And then it goes from there. So obviously, this is 2001, so here's 9/11. There's some other things that are in here too. And I have a couple of other things in here, like in 1986 when the Challenger exploded. I remember that pretty clearly. But otherwise, there's a huge chunk in here for 10 years where I'm in Africa, growing up as a child with very little media access. We had one government-regulated television channel. If my parents were aware of certain world events, they certainly weren't sharing them with me. I wrote blissfully unaware because we didn't have social media, we didn't have the internet, and so there's this period of life where everything just seemed idyllic because I wasn't getting bombarded with every bad thing that happens in the world ever. It's interesting to look at that kind of a timeline. Anyway, I did that for writing group. Okay, list 45. Let us find out what list 45 is. Oh, I did answer. List 44 was the word one. List the words that warm your spirit, which I still find a very difficult turn of phrase. And I had written serendipitous. I've added delectable, friend, imaginative, luminous, nevertheless, and spellbinding. And then I had done a brain dump that for going into November, and I'm slowly working through it. I had to get a lot out of my head. But let's find out what list 45 is. Okay, here is our book, The 52 Lists Project. And list the things that make up your ideal holiday season. I don't like that one. Choose 3 ways that you can prep for the holidays to make this holiday season your most peace-filled, joyful, and celebratory season ever. Perhaps it is a change of attitude. Probably. Finding calm amidst the bustle. Hopefully. And hustle of the season. Hopefully not. Or maybe it's simply planning on how you will decorate your home festively. Now, I did just purchase new stockings. We've had the same 4 stockings for me and my boys, and my ex does spend Christmas with us most of the time. Even though my boys are adults, it makes them happy, and that's fine by me. And now my oldest, Kenny, has a significant other, and we need to add a 5th. And those stockings are so old, I can't find anything complimentary. So I went on a search of a 5 set of stockings for Christmas. And finally found something, and courtesy of an Amazon gift card that I had gotten through work and yada yada, I was able to actually purchase those with no cost. So that was great. That's what makes an ideal holiday season for Beth, is when I don't have to spend a lot of money. And then holidays are complicated. And I've reached the point that other than my boys, I would rather have some sort of Friendsgiving or even just be alone than try to spend time with some other family. And that's because that relationship has gotten complicated on top of, everything else. But list the things that make up your ideal holiday season. Let me tell you, I think it was last year. I've mentioned on this channel before that we don't do like a turkey or that sort of thing for Christmas. We do Christmas curry, chicken curry. And last year I tried to get out of it. And boy, man, I did not expect the backlash. And finally, one of the boys piped up and just kind of said, you can't not do this thing. And I appreciate that they can tell me that. But it was just, I didn't realize I got backlash from everybody. I got backlash from everybody when I was like, I'm not going to make curry. And it was just, you can't not do that. Because I was tired. And I just didn't want to go through all of the rigmarole. Like I said, my ex comes for Christmas. He will typically do the breakfast thing. He'll make quiche and bring, so, not all of the cooking falls on me. My ex-husband happens to be a very great cook as well. So it's all fine and dandy. But yeah, list the things that make up your ideal holiday season. Holidays are complicated for me right now, and I know they're complicated for a lot of other people around the world. So let me know in the description box as usual what makes up, your ideal holiday season. A lot of mine has to do with getting through the holidays without overspending. That's always a big deal for me. I just hate to spend money on just stuff. And I try to do things like experiences instead of gifts. And yeah, I try to get out of cooking Christmas curry from time to time, and apparently that's not something I'm allowed to get out of. So that's it for me, you guys. I told you it was going to be fairly quick. Like I said, if you'll just keep us in your thoughts, send me all your good juju. I'm in a little bit of panic mode right now, but we're still trying to put one foot in front of the other. If you like this video, you know what to do. Get a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.